Right folks, how we doing? We are busy on Bale cart, as you can see. Fast Track is on duty with a little red trailer, and I've just brought that load back. This is the T6 180 that we've got on basically demo because the little 6020 has crapped its pants, basically all coming out of the bottom of the bale housing. So which was let me get up here, which is basically the what was it, clutch damper springs. They'd all broken up, or two of them had, and obviously as the springs are broken up, they'd taken out seals and that, like, so it really was pouring oil out the bottom. So yeah, Russells have got that apart very kindly. They've let us have this T6 180 DC, so dynamic command. So it's got the dual clutch transmission like you get in your Ferrari. Yeah, and I've not driven it on the road yet, so I thought it'd be rude not to. So it's basically a full spec model, very similar actually in spec to the 225 auto command we've got. To be honest, you wouldn't know you were sat in a T6, well, apart from the size of it, like it's a bit smaller than the 225, but cab wise it's identical. 4 spools, got the new little joystick, got the joystick which goes backwards and forwards, like the auto command. So yeah, it's very, very similar. Only gets a bit different when you get onto here, like obviously you've got proper gears and stuff. So nice last bale out of the park. One thing you do have to remember, swapping from a DC to an auto command is, like on the auto command, it's a bit like a hydrostatic sort of thing, like the Agri Pro, like a hydrostatic telehandler. It doesn't move until you press accelerator or move the lever forward. Well, this is still a power shift, so yeah, you just have to remember that. When you take your foot off the clutch, it will move. And that's probably about the only difference really, although this has got, without going into the screen at the minute, but this has got brake to stop, so you don't need to use the clutch to pull up, lot. We'll take a shunt there. Oh, so smooth, so smooth. If anything, the changing direction on this is a lot smoother, well, smoother and quicker than the auto command. The auto command tends to be a little bit jerky and maybe just a bit slow, even on its most aggressive setting, where this is just beautifully smooth. It's where this gearbox sort of elevates over, it's not a complete replacement for an auto command, but it can mirror a lot of the things. But you get certainly a lot less power sap through the transmission, and the box is just so smooth. It's on the most aggressive at the minute. I'll just put her into there. There, my seat's locked, hold on. That's got it. That's better. We have got quite a bit of air in the tyres as well, which don't out. They're about 20 psi, so I would drop them down considerably, like. But I mean, it's a smooth ride, to be fair. Because this road, bit of the through Church End here, this is the old A1. It is a bit battered and it's it's not very smooth. The old T6 is just it's not doing a bad job at all. And so I haven't touched the gears. That's where it's like the auto command, and this is like the only tractor that I've driven really that I've been comfortable leaving it in auto, because it always gets it right. Because you remember we had that T5 140 DC from New Holland 2 years ago, probably nearly 3 years ago now, and you just you put it in auto and it just knew its gear to be in, and it was smooth with it. A lot of the most power shift boxes have auto modes on them, but they tend to, I don't get on very well with them, like, you know, they seem to be jerky, never in the right gear you want it. But this, I mean, yeah, if you didn't know it was a power shift, you'd kind of be fooled into thinking this is an auto command. There we are, maximum speed, absolutely no bother. It is a really clever gearbox. When this gearbox becomes available on the T7s, that'll definitely be a game changer. That really will. Because it'll be a difficult decision over auto command or one of these. Whereas at the minute it's kind of a no-brainer really. You'd go auto command on it, like we have on like the farm's gone on the, you know, the 225. You know, just gives you a lot more options, a lot smoother than the range command. Not the range command, the power command. Power command's a good box, been around a long old time, but you know, it doesn't shine a light to this DC, to this dynamic command. Alright, get to see what it's like with a bit of a load on now. Automatic handbrake, like the auto commands. And that's the handbrake on. I'm used to putting it in park now. You put it in park, same as the auto command on the shuttle. So I don't tend to bother with the handbrake. So it's a good job it's got a buzzer on there to let you know. You won't be able to detect it on camera, but the down changes, like when you're dropping, when you're reducing speed, the down changes are imperceptible. Because what it does, it just gives instead of like, you know, normally when you're coming down a power shift, you'll press the button, for example, and it'll disengage your gear, re-engage the other gear, and the revs will go up as a result. So you get a bit of a surge, like, you know, because you put it in a lower gear, it'll go vroom. This pre-revs it. So it's it's like when you try, you know, when you're driving an eating box, for example. An unsynchronized eating box, for example. So when you come down, you have to speed match the gears. So when you come down, say from fourth to third, you have to rev it up, then slide it into third. Well, it's the same principle as that, but it's doing it itself, sort of thing, and it just means everything's so much smoother. It's just imperceptible, them gear changes. It is really good. So like, coming up to this bend here, we're going to go on the overrun. So you listen to that coming down the box. We've got exhaust brake as well. You just don't know. It's just like dun 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 dun. It's very good, very very good. Certainly this gearbox should be in a lot of different things. If this gearbox was in, like, for example, my fast track in that 3170, oh, that'd be awesome. An absolutely awesome gearbox. Oh, I'm just going to stop now, so I'm just stopping on the brake, no clutch, let the brake go. Nice and smooth pull away. And we're away. I mean, if you're in, not being funny, if you're in the market for, you know, what, even T5 or T6, you've really got to just check out New Holland just for this gearbox. If you know, if you can get a demo of one of these, guarantee you'll be impressed. You'd be, you know, you couldn't not be impressed at how smooth the gearbox is. Very competent on the road. Like I say, it's not chucking me about anything. That beamer's thinking about pulling out in front of me. Thought better of it. Very good, give it the beans. The only thing these are missing, like the T6, like R225, this T6, the only thing they're missing really now is the Ultra Horizon cab that you get on the HD T7s, like the 340 we looked at and the 300. If you could have that as an option, probably still keep this cab, because for a lot of folks this cab will be, you know, absolutely fine. But for like the owner operators and like the, you know, probably like the larger contractors and that sort of thing, you know, want the high spec cab with all the bells and whistles. You know, if you had that Ultra Horizon cab on here, it'd be some machine. Not to say that it isn't now, but you know what I'm saying. It'll just take it up that next level. It's very rare, to be honest, I get to see the fast track going down the road from the seat of another cab. And there she goes. Getting the last load. So there's 11 left, so they'll get them all on that. Then we've got a bit more mowing to do this afternoon. I've still got a bit of baling to do. A couple of little fields, it's like cow fields, if you will, grazing fields. One is called the Island, because it is an island in the middle of the river. Basically the cows just haven't bothered going on there this year, just because grass has been so green and lush and everything. The main bit of that field, they've just been grazing that. They haven't bothered to go over. Well, I think they went twice over there, and that was it. Well, so there's that to clear up, and there's the orchard, which is, well, about an acre. And then we can, when that grows back a bit, we can let some calves in there. Right, so I'm just going to put the transmission in the fully aggressive mode now. Since we're pulling off. Exhaust brake. Yeah, I'd like to see it keeping a bit higher revs, seeing as I've got the exhaust brake on. Because exhaust brakes always work better with the higher revs. Cheers, mate. You flash me. Cheers, Bart. Yeah, it's a pokey little old tractor. Say little old tractor. It's 180 horsepower on boost, so it's not a pokey little tractor, is it, Lois? It's a big tractor in its own right. It's just simply lovely to drive. And again, you've got to give you know, props to Russells for sending it out, because you know, they didn't have to. Like, you know, the tractor that's gone in, the 6020 is on, you know, 11,000 hours. It's not a warranty job or anything like that. So it's, you know, it's you know, they're just doing it to keep the wheels rolling, like, you know, which is blooming good of them. Yeah, this is a fine tractor. I'm not being funny. It's a big improvement over the 6020. That is not the most comfiest tractor in the world. And like, you know, I do rate comfort. I've always said, like, why, you know, why be uncomfortable for the sake of it? You know. So take Daniel, for example, Fen Farmer. You know, he's recently bought a 4220 fast track, basically the most comfiest tractor you can buy, and he bought it just for that reason, to be comfy. Because the Deers, you know, the Deers are good, but they can't match a fast track. So, so you know, it's not just me that rates, you know, your comfort, your back, and everything like. It is other folks as well. And it's a bit of an advert for Fast Track out, just how smooth they are. So back at the stack, it's really filling up now. Have to remember, I'm not on the auto command, so you can pull that back to stop it. Like, I'm on the brake. Put the transmission in the park. She's sorted. So just going to do a bit of Bale wrapping. I'm a bit out of practice with this. Don't really do a lot these days. Well, I don't do any, to be honest, unless it's an emergency. I tend to do the Bale and a bit of carting, like so. But yeah, for those of you wondering why we wrap at the stack, well, there's one simple reason: you're only handling the wrapped Bale once, then, so there's less chance of holes in the Bale, like, you know. So it keeps the silage in better nick. There is a trade-off. It does mean you end up when you are baling, you have to do the lot. You know, we have to bale it, cart it, and wrap and stack. Obviously, the wrap and stack in this case is all in one lot. Whereas if you were to bale, are you going to go? If you were to bale and wrap in the field, obviously then you could pick them up another day, like, you know. So it does make it a bit easier like that, but at least when you're doing it like this, you know, you do keep up yourself, like, you don't end up with sort of, you know, 1,000 bales scattered about, like. So you do keep up with yourself, so I'm back on the 225 now, the auto command, the baler, and yeah, we're just making our way over to the island. Like I said earlier, it's an island for a very good reason. It's the only way to get to it. Like, normally, you know, the cows, they'll come through and they'll just wander in here. And quite often, for like milking time, they'll all just be, well, not all of them, but a good portion will just be stood in here, like, you know, just cooling the legs. But yeah, like I say, they didn't really need to come over there this year. I mean, it's only tiny, and it's to be fair, it's a pain in the butt to do to bale, because it's up, down, here, there, and everywhere. And it's not very big, but you know, we didn't do something with it. It would, you know, cows, when they do come in here, they'll just trample it all down. They wouldn't have used any of it, like, so it gets just too high for them. But we're away anyway, so drop her down. Put the, steady up girl, steady up. Put the box back into auto. Very good. Yeah, so it ain't going to take long. It's more of a, you know, it's a faff. What is it? 2 acres? Maybe 3. But anyway, we're getting, you know, we are making good progress. We ain't got a lot of silage first cut left now. But what I have got to do, sort of as soon as we're done silage, is crack on with slurry, because obviously we've got you know, the standby tank, so to speak, the extra storage, that one's emptying, so I'll empty that onto some of the ryegrass fields. Henry's going to come and He's going to spread the tank behind the parlour there. He's going to spread that. Again, on some of the grass we cut behind the farm, because he can umbilical that, you see, so he's going to spread that when he gets a chance. On some of the grass we did, when did we do that? Was that last week? Could have been last week, yeah. So yeah, once we've done that, we're, you know, for grass wise, we're sort of caught up a bit, like. Carting crew here, 15 they got, so worth doing, wouldn't it, like? Right, we've now got the orchard to do, which is even smaller. You can kind of see what I mean now about, well, we call it the orchard. We've got a bale, I don't know where I'm going to put it. It's somewhere out of the way. The sun's blooming right in my eyes, can't see anything. Somewhere there I do. Need to clean my windows. Surprisingly how dusty they get on silage. It's a tiny little field, but it's perfect just to have a few calves in here, lot. This just gets a little bit of regrowth going. We'll stick some calves out here right next to the farm, so they can't get up to too much mischief. Right, so we got 9 out of that, which ain't too bad, is it, lot? Like I say, at least that's now all ready for getting the calves in there, so they can get out and enjoy a bit of grass then, can't they? It's a bit tight for here. So anyway, there you go, enjoyed that vid. Bit of a review of the T6 180, only on transport, right, but it's as good a test as any, isn't it? So, lovely, lovely tractor, lovely tractor. Like I say, it would be a nice replacement for the 6020, although it's a bit big for that. So, yeah, what a bit of kit. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. See you on the next one. Ta-ta!